Let's go! It's coming down to the wire, gents. Couple more weeks, we're gonna separate the men from the boys. Some may even feel like their fate has already been sealed. But lo and behold, this is why you come to listen to the BBB Boy Podcast. With my two hosts, Josh Rodriguez and Gregory Fisher, we're going to break down just how some could play spoiler to others.
Ooh.
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
That sounds sexy.
Right?
I would love to spoil someone.
Especially since you can't spoil me, Craig. Well, you could spoil me, but you can't play spoiler.
You,
Me.
sir, already spoiled me, and I am still a salty boy.
Oh, it wasn't just me that you lost to. It was a lot of other
I was
people.
going to say, dude, he just got me this week, Craig. It's no fun.
Bro, I literally walk by the cupcake shop every day, and I stare into the window.
You're like, why
I
did
just-
I give him so many chances?
Man, right? I should have just I should have just said no, give me them cupcakes, but
Right? You should have said we'll make a new bet, but not. I want my damn cupcakes.
Give me my
it's fair.
cake.
It's fair.
Fuck it. Like I said, man, we'll get into it in a minute, but it's gonna be a crazy 2 weeks. I don't think people realize. Like, Bren, you're not out of it, obviously.
No, I know. Yeah, my injuries, though. We'll see.
Right. Well, it's crazy. Like, I guess we can get into it right now. Mac, he not only does he have a hard schedule, he faces Barber this week, and then I think Dan next week.
Ooh.
But then next week, week 14, Aaron Jones and David Montgomery are on a bye.
Wow.
So there's two of his best players right there are gone. So he's
I didn't realize
have
bye weeks went that late, dude. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
There's some late bye weeks.
Dude, week 14 is another one of the bye-mageddon weeks. There's like 6 teams on a bye week 14.
I was gonna say, I think I've got some late buys, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I got like 1 or 2 people, so it's not really anything that's gonna affect me. But yeah, so I guess we could just get into that right away if you boys want.
Yeah, for sure. That was a crazy week. I will end it with that. That was a crazy week last week. A lot of teams put up a lot of points, and that was pretty impressive to see.
But yeah, I think that was the first. Sorry, Craig, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying. I think it's very funny to see these. I mean, obviously me and Funk are out, but these other teams holding on by a thread trying to get in. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, pretty much anyone from the 4 seed, which is Dan right now, down to Bren, who's out. Like,
right,
all those guys are within 1 game of each other. So
I was gonna say, because if they lose and I win this week, then it's like all of a sudden it's a different story.
Right. Because you necessarily don't even need Mac to lose if say like Justin loses 2 games in a row, these last 2 games, and you win out, Bren, you make it over one of those teams if one of them loses both games. What sucks for you is your points for.
Yes.
You're not really, barring some crazy couple weeks where you put up like 170 each week and whoever you tie with puts up only like 110, each week, you're probably not going to win the points for battle. Is what sucks, so for anyone who is listening and have not looked at the standings that I put out. So right now, number 1 is Barber. Me and him are tied with record, but he has me in the points for after his crazy week that he had. So Craig's point, we had 3 people over 160. I think that was like the first or second time that's happened this year only. Like, it's been a while since we've had that many people put up that.
It has. It's
that many points.
No, absolutely.
It made me feel terrible. Thanks, guys.
Well, at least you faced one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I can at least say I faced one.
Right, Tori. It's not like you faced another cupcake and lost,
Good point. Good point.
I'll give you that. Your team still your team, you still put up what, like 120? Craig?
No,
Oh.
104 or some shit.
Oh. Well,
I mean, my stud RB, a stud first round draft pick, my amazing bell cow who definitely
yeah.
broke his foot, didn't help at all. So
Yeah. Which just sucks. It would have sucked for you if you were still in it, Craig, because you as well have a couple bye weeks in week 14, I think. That would have affected your team.
do I? I don't think I did. I might have. To be fair, I might have.
I
I
could be
didn't.
wrong. It could have been someone else, but I could have swore it was your team.
Yeah, unfortunately
But
now it looks like I get to just. Do I legally have to set a lineup, or can I just let Bren win?
I mean, you could still set like you could
A
take.
really bad lineup,
Yeah, you could still. I
like
mean, you
drop
can.
all my players and get really shitty players, put them
I
on the waiver
mean,
wire.
I guess I don't know if we ever like voted on that.
I'll keep some
If
order in the league. I won't do it.
if I mean, like I say, if you
You're
wanted
about to hit the eject button on your team,
to,
dude.
I'm about to
if you,
do. Okay, speaking of the eject button,
yes,
me and Kelsey just watched the new Top Gun movie. Amazing,
hmm
Oh,
yes,
amazing movie.
it was
so
very
good.
good.
Yes.
Would I would 100% watch it again on a rental, and if not, buy it again. So,
Oh, yeah.
God, just fighting jet pilots and fighting planes are
And Tom
sick.
Cruise
Oh my
is
God,
where
don't get
it's
Uh,
me
meant to
started.
be.
So
don't
meant to be.
forget topless beach volleyball scenes of
Uh,
guys.
they play topless dude football now. It's even greater in the
Right? Oh
most
yeah, it was dude
non-homo way I can
football.
say it. Yeah.
It was dude football. Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
no
right.
homo, so anyway,
Yeah, it's only guys with abs. Jeez, who wants that?
none of that.
Um,
I apologize for pulling us off topic. I don't know even what I was saying. So, oh
you were
yeah,
talking
I won't
about
do
you're
that. I'll
hitting
I'll
the
keep order
eject
in the
button
league. Yeah, I'm not hitting no eject button. No, I think I will keep the order in the league, but still.
because I was gonna say if you wanted to like save face, you could just pick up really shitty players and put them in your lineup where you
Oh,
technically have a legal lineup.
right. I'm probably gonna look at some people and probably do some blocking this week, and then just be done. I'll probably just be done playing waivers at that. So, at that point.
Yeah. I would maybe like to try and keep an eye on things for like if someone comes up on waivers that might be like a keeper
Right.
situation, I mean that would probably be really hard this time of year, um
Right. I mean, I got
but
OBJ, so hopefully he goes to Kansas City, and I'm looking good next year. So we'll see.
yeah, well, Melvin Gordon just signed with Kansas City. Hoo hoo.
Oh my God, no way did they throw another running back into that fold.
Yeah, they did.
That's scarier than any New England Patriots team has ever been. Jeez.
And Daryl Henderson, the Rams back, he signed with the Jaguars.
Oh wow.
So there goes Travis Etienne.
Uh-oh.
God,
Uh-oh.
man.
Uh-oh.
He's got such baby feet. That's why. Fucking baby
That's
feet.
baby feet to go with golf's baby hands.
Yeah. Bunch of babies out there.
But anyways, yeah, we got off track a little bit there. So Barber and I are 10-2. He has me right now in points for the number one overall seed. Shane is 8-4 at the 3 seed. Dan is 6. Dan, Nate, and Justin are 6-6. Dan's got the 4 seed with points for Nate has 5 seed. Justin, man, he was the 4 seed all year, and then he's down to 6 right now. And Mac is 7 at 5-7, and Bren, you're the last one out at 5-7.
Yeah,
So you need a little help, but it's
I
not
do.
over by any means. Like I said, I think Dan through Mac are within like 30 points of each other, or like 60 points, I think, all of them. So like those they can go either anyway, but um like I said, a lot of them will face each other too. That's what's gonna make it interesting. So like this week, who do we have? Nate and Justin are facing each other, so one of them's gonna lose. That helps you, Bren.
Nice.
You get Craig. So if Craig just
That
happens to
helps me.
right, if he, especially if he happens to accidentally hit the eject button.
And
Oops, I
it doesn't
didn't mean
matter.
to. to put all backups in. My bad.
Could always
Uh,
happen.
yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. Dan is facing me this week, so that hopefully will be a tough matchup for him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and then Mac faces Barber. So theoretically, like pretty much everyone above you, except for one of Justin or Nate, could lose.
Nice.
Brand. So, like I said, not all hope is lost, you
No.
know,
No, I
and
didn't
stuff.
feel like I was out. That's for sure.
Right. It just sucked that you were in that position, like to say.
Yes.
And then the next week, Dan and Mac go after each other. And then it's you and Shane go after each other. And then Nate gets Funk. So that kind of sucks. But Shane can also still win his division, kind
Interesting.
of.
Interesting.
Because Barber faces Mac and then Barber faces me next week. So Barber loses those 2 games and Shane wins his game, both of his games, and he has to outscore Barber by, let me see here. Ooh, a lot, by like 70 points almost
Woo.
those 2 weeks. So
Yeah, Barber just put up a 160. So
yeah, so if Barber does all those, then, or if Shane does all that, then he'll have the number 2 seed going. But and then yeah, so it might come down to me versus Barber, that matchup last week of the season determined who gets the number 1 seed. That's crazy as well. I did not know that. I mean, I did know that, but that's gonna be interesting. What are your guys' thoughts on everything right now?
just trying to survive.
Yeah, so B man, what are you gonna do? Because yeah, you got those, especially at running back, man. Those injuries.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do. The fucking waivers are goddamn bone dry.
Right.
Yeah, you're not making any trades at this point, and
You should have Mixon
so
though, right? You got Mixon coming back. He was just in concussion protocol.
yeah, he was in concussion protocol, so I do
Well,
have
the
him
first
coming back.
well, the first
But
couple things I got said that Mixon was still in concussion
I
protocol
was gonna
so
say he
far.
has to get through it before
Right.
Sunday or whatever.
Oh, he'll get through it. I can guarantee it. They gave him the week.
Yeah,
He
and then
should.
so
Like yeah, they usually do make it, but there are those few cases where they need an extra week. So
right. Well, until like it sucks for you because Kyler Murray looked like now that he had all his weapons back was looking good, and now he's on a bye.
yeah, but
So
I got a good backup there. So
yeah, a good
Yeah,
matchup too. Well, the matchup I
not
think
bad
is what
matchup. Yeah.
rude.
is more
Oh,
like.
rude.
What was that, Craig?
Nothing. Nothing. Said you're just
um.
calling Bren rude. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, no,
Oh.
I will say that like some recent thoughts that like I had were like like shit, I forgot to do that again. Like shit, I forgot. To do that again.
Yeah.
Like Thursday, I didn't mean to leave in Dawson Knox,
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I was
but it didn't matter
questioning that.
in the end. Uh,
Right. Right.
but just another one of those things where I was like, shit, it wasn't on top of that, wasn't on
Yeah.
top of waivers. Um, so those things just keep compiling, and then the injuries. Like when I looked at them, I'm like, God damn it, this is like not the time that I want to be dealing with them. So,
Right. What if Fournette's playing? It's hard because Fournette plays on Monday night.
hmm
What are you gonna do with that? Are you just gonna keep Patterson in, or are you gonna trust that maybe Fournette? Because Fournette's been splitting with Rashad White even when he's been healthy.
I was gonna say I would have to see like really good news on Fournette, like he's
Yeah.
gonna play and he's saying he feels great, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like he's day to day and it's sore, but he's gonna give it a go.
Right. Right.
Right. And like I said, that's a Monday night game too. So like,
Yeah.
you might not want to wait because you probably wouldn't know till Sunday night
Mhm.
what's gonna happen with him. You know.
If you're
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, because that's like me. I would love to play Rashad White again, but if I don't know what's happening with Fournette, I might just keep him out of my lineup this week. Um, so we'll see about that. So Craig,
Yeah.
what team are you rooting for since you're out?
Oh, he did
Oh,
these to me, dude, last year. These are
okay. That's
tough.
fair. I am rooting for either Nate, Matt Barber, or Shane.
Wow, just say half the teams in the playoffs.
I do not want to see you win another championship. God bless your
Okay,
soul.
that's
God
fair.
bless your
That was actually good.
I don't want to see Dan win another fucking championship because then I won't be able to make fun of him for having championships back in the Stone Age.
Right.
Um, and then I mean, I get it'd be cool to see. Apparently, I would like to see a new champion. Is basically where I'm getting at. Whether
Hmm.
it's Mac, I'd like to see someone else hold the belt rather than either of you motherfuckers.
Okay, so
Loves 'em.
what about if it's me versus Shane in the championship? Who are you rooting for?
Oh my god, I'd just shoot myself. I'll just end it all there so I don't have to see what plays out and what happens to this poor belt that I sit next to every day and stare at longingly.
You and me
Um,
both, dude. Nobody in this league wants to see that Super Bowl, dude.
right? That's terrible, bro. God.
Ugh.
If I had to choose a fucking dog in that trash bag, I'd pick fucking Shane, probably.
Oh man, so you want someone from the non-champion division to win?
Josh, I love you so much, but goddamn, I'll murder myself if you win another championship. Oh, can you imagine, Bren? This guy with the belt
I
again?
can't, dude. It's so rough.
Oh my god, it'd be such a long year next year.
Dude, yeah, and you get one more week of it too,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's a longer season than when I had it the first time.
Right?
I remember was having to be constantly reminded of I'm the champ.
Yeah, right. I will say though, it's been like I tried, in the start, it's been a very competitive year. And
Yeah,
good for you boys who are sitting up top. Josh, you as well. You got some good teams. It was not an easy year at all. I'm really impressed, even though waivers were a little broken, how bone dry, as Bren mentioned. They're just bone dry every week. There's been very
yeah.
few weeks where,
Yeah, well, especially now too. Yeah,
yeah, especially now, but there's just been very few weeks where there's actual, the people you want are never there, which is how it should be.
right.
So,
Well, and that's been, I think, to a kind of a testament of like we make fun of how oh Shane's only faced this many people with a winning record, but like
it's all very close.
there's only three teams right now with a winning record. Everyone else is 500 or below, and I think that's not a testament of everyone sucking, of all those people sucking. It's a more of a testament in my eyes of, like you were saying, Craig, how competitive this league was this year. And
Yeah,
like you said, this has been the most competitive. Like, you've had a bunch of teams, including us at top. We've just gotten a little luckier on our down weeks, but there's been a lot less. There was a couple week stretch where you had a few games where it was like the 90 to 80 or whatever, but for the most part, if it's been a blowout, it's been like 160 to 120 type of game. So like the teams are way better, and it really is. Anyone could beat anyone in a given
yeah.
week.
For how much I bitch, and Lord knows I love to bitch a lot. It's I am very happy with the way that the league is and the way it works. I mean, the participation's there. There's plenty of participation, and
I just
yeah,
hope that
I'm excited to see next year with Keeper League and now
right.
having a full year of PPR under us. It's
I
gonna
do
be
wonder if we're gonna change the keeper, not like the keeper league in general, but like the whole 6 round thing. If we're gonna re-vote on that or not,
I
or
think we
if we're
should
gonna
revote on it. I think we should revisit that because I know Bren. I think you were an advocate for keeping it at 6 rounds, but I personally would think it'd be really sweet to have like I don't think it'll matter like so much, as we think it will. But I think it'd be sweet to have like a sick third, 10th round guy, something like that. Someone where you really lose nothing at all, but you're getting a lot of value. So rather than just
Right.
tapping out at the 6th, because you can see like this year there was some people that we got in those rounds that are still kind of valuable. Might be worth keeping.
Right.
Well, yeah. So
Um.
just kind of like we were just chatting about it, and this has been my point on this, and I know it, maybe it falls on deaf ears, but you were just talking about how competitive this year was and how it's been
Yes.
some of the most competitive fantasy football we've had, and I agree. I think the last 2 years have been where like you constantly see how close people are. Where it comes down to the last couple weeks, if people don't win their games, they're missing the playoffs. They're out of the money. And that's through keeping the league set with rules and standards. And I think that by setting that 6th round, that it kept things balanced, at least for this first year. Now, I'm also down to revisit that and change it based on the vote, like, and what people want to do.
Right.
Um,
And
but I think to start, it was like, let's keep competition balanced, then switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think part of
yeah.
what has made the league so is just the nuance of change. Just it's not ever anything super heavy. It's always little by little.
Yeah.
We do a really good job at tuning our fantasy football league. So
And then we surprise everybody by not knowing the ESPN rules and getting
yeah,
fucking
bonus
fucked up waivers
wins
all
and
year.
Well, and so
yeah,
that's like another thing because you've had a few people that everybody was up in arms about, oh, this new system, blah blah blah. But then like as the season's gone on, you've had a couple people that are like, this new system is actually starting to rub off on me, like to say, you know what I mean? Like, even though they're, like a Funk, for example, I mean, he'd still be in last place, I'm pretty sure, but he would have more like quote unquote wins, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
stuff like that, like how things would look a little different. Because, yeah, even though I put up the third most points, I lost to the second or first, but I still get a win. You know what I mean? And some eyes, and to some people, that's fine. So it's going to be interesting if we stay with ESPN and do this system, or if we decide to do what we all said we were going to do in the beginning and go to a different platform like
Yeah.
Sleeper or something like that. But to that point, I think it was just something that was missed on this. I didn't understand why everybody was necessarily up in arms with ESPN. Like, I just think it was something that was overlooked, and
Oh no,
yeah,
absolutely it was. Yeah.
it did affect waivers a little bit, but outside of that, like and in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really affect waivers all that much. Like, for the most part, the people in the bottom would have been in the bottom even if it was just normal record stuff, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So like it didn't affect it too much. Maybe someone like Justin it did, but um so
Well,
I would still be okay with staying with ESPN just because it also has all our records. You know what I mean? It has that history with it and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna be one that goes back and records all this shit. Like, so that's the reason I would vote to stay with ESPN. But if, like you guys said, if everyone else says, "Hey, let's go to a different platform,"
now, so if we did go to a different platform, I don't even know if this would be possible, but in some cases it is. You can export, your data because like all this stuff is just kept somewhere, right? And you can
well,
pull
is
all that
it
out and
just
then
your? Well, that's the thing, though.
import
Is
it.
it just your rosters, or is it like your entire league data, like all the history and
No,
all that
no,
stuff?
yeah, like I would imagine it would take like history as well. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, if it's all for
depending
that,
on
'cause
what they allow, right?
right. Well, that too, and it also depends like how much do we want to change the league rules wise? Because a platform like Sleeper, you can do a lot more. You can do a lot different rules. If I'm trying to think of how to say that right.
But
Like,
you have more control, right? You have more control overall.
right. Yeah, exactly.
It,
Where like ESPN, it's kind of
it's kind of set in
archaic in a
stone.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
where like you only get like these 4 options. Like to say where with like sleeper,
Right.
it's like you get these 8, 9, 10 options. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So like I said, all depends how much we're gonna want to change. And it doesn't have to all be next year, but like if we're all thinking about doing other changes, like are we trying to get rid of a kicker spot and add a different like another flex spot or another wide receiver spot or get rid of a tight end spot and whatever like that if we're trying to do those type of things. So
I for one still despise bonus wins and will always vote against them, but that's
Same.
just my 2 cents.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
that's fair. I mean, yeah, either way, I don't care. I mean, like I just thought it was cool and it was a way to get the people that would always bitch about, oh, I scored the second most points this week, but I still lost. Like, well, you did, but you also gained a win,
And those are the same
Like,
people who like the bonus wins. I'm just gonna tell you
right.
right now. The
Yeah,
same
I mean,
people.
I'm indifferent about it, like either way. Like if I mean the way I see it is if we play the way we've always played, you got to beat the person you play. Like that's it.
Yeah, I think I think it looks dramatic when you look at it, but I don't think it affects standing as much as you might think. But I'm sure it does to a certain degree.
Right.
For like
Yeah, I just
max situation, like right now.
yeah, and it does that like I think it is a little extra twist for the most part. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see we just got to make sure we all like we designate like a 2 hour, a 1 hour window
Ha!
to fantasy football because otherwise nothing gets settled. And then during the year, we're like, well, or we do like we did this year. Well, during in the group chat, we got to all try to vote on this, and then half the people don't pay attention to it because we all talk so much in the group chat, and it's like nothing gets settled. So like, we have to like dedicate like just an hour of us just sitting there drinking. People proposing shit
No,
that
I
they
would
want to
say
change.
you want to fix you want to have the I'm telling you, man, we can't. Oh man, you gotta. You
Well,
hate my.
what
You're not gonna hate it. You gotta do it over the phone, bro. You gotta designate an hour and have everyone sit on their fucking phone or some shit. Sober.
Well, that or yeah, I mean, we could do it like in the morning up there in person.
No, no,
Not like
we should save that time for getting purely fucked up and then use that's why we got to use it's like use the fantasy football on a work day.
all right, Craig. So next time we're up there and we say, "Oh, let's take a shot," no bitching out because you're up there to get purely fucked up.
Listen,
So,
buddy.
so remember that, all right?
Listen,
Oh
buddy.
my
I
god, the biggest bitch, Craig, dude. He's gonna fucking have to run, dude. He's gonna
just give me that
stay
quarter shot.
home.
Give me like Nate knows about that
No,
quarter
no,
shot.
you're getting no quarter shot. You're
Give
not
me that
getting
quarter
purely
shot.
fucked up
Give
on
me
a
that
quarter shot.
corner
No,
shot.
That's all I need to
no.
get fucked up, bro. I'm such a
No.
lightweight. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you're not getting purely fucked up. You're doing
Yeah, right,
shots
dude.
on
That
shots
old
on shot.
pink me blood, dude. You don't get fucked up.
That pygmy blood has poisoned me my whole life.
I know you got that puke and rally in you, bro. I've seen it many a times. All right.
I don't think that was me, but I don't puke and rally. I puke and pass out.
That's true. You would puke your pass out. That's true. So once you're getting that fucked up, there's no excuses then, Craig.
No,
I
You
yeah, I
should
don't
don't,
be
I
able
don't
see
to.
even
why
want to
we
do it.
can't do it the way we've been doing it, where when we do the
Yeah,
fantasy football weekend, we vote and whatnot.
it's definitely
Right.
the most fun way to do it. I would agree.
Well, our problem is though we usually wait till like way later in the day when everyone's already been drinking and smoking, and then we try to do this, and then there's 16 different conversations going on about 8
Yeah,
different rules, and it's
right.
like and stuff like that. So like I said, we need to do it like
Yeah,
in
we
the
need to
morning.
be more organized with it
This
Right,
for
is
like
sure.
like this is such a we've said this for like 6 years. Like, what are you talking about?
We have, we
We
have.
say the same shit every single year.
But
Every
that
I
single
doesn't
year,
mean
and
we
we never
stop
do it.
trying, Craig. Okay.
Okay, okay. Where's your book? I'll
so,
buy
so
it.
here's how we do it. All right. After the first night when everyone's up there,
Uh,
so the next morning, so usually Saturday morning, maybe Friday morning, but sometimes people can't get up there Thursday night. So Saturday morning, we can't eat breakfast until
Oh,
until until this is done.
dude, Shane will refuse, dude. He'll fucking still eat breakfast. The kid
That's
will.
fine. I'll say, Shane, you can't eat. No. If he goes to eat, I'll slap it out of his fucking hand.
I can
Don't give
respect
a
I
that.
don't
shit.
think you could keep that kid from breakfast.
This
I'll
is
tie
true.
I
his
don't
ass.
think anyone
I'll tie his ass down. I don't care.
could. But I do like your idea of like, let's go. Hey, we're gonna do it at this time. Be organized about it, and then the hardest part is preventing the conversations that happen on the side. But
Right. Well, I mean,
I,
like
I
we
I think
can.
we kind of just have to work through those.
Right. I mean, that's where. So we'll have to have a voice, whether it's me, Dan, whoever, trying to be on like yelling at people like to say and be like, "Hey, all right, guys, let's get it back together." Like anyone else got anything, got this or got that, or let's vote on this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah. And if we can catch Funk before he just gets fucking hammered and is just screaming at everybody.
yeah. Well,
Funk brings the noise for sure.
I
yeah.
mean, if we get like what Josh said, if we do it pretty early, we have a slim chance.
Well, depending when we do it, Funk might be out fishing or something. So
Oh, we
he
got to
might.
keep him in. He's got to understand. He's got to understand. Some fancy football to get done.
Amen to that. So, cause yeah, so everybody think of ideas for the meeting in the summer. That you guys want to vote on.
Bonus.
Because
Everyone think
we're
abolish.
gonna say if it's not voted on in the summer, we can't change no rules going forward.
I'm
Unless
gonna
it just
start hitting
accidentally gets slipped in there,
start hitting the group chat with one of those political signs. Vote
Yes.
no. Opponents win.
Well,
Confusing.
no,
Extreme.
too extreme. The the
My team, my
opposite
choice,
party,
baby.
the opposite party, Craig voted this way one
Do
time.
you know Do you know Bren hates kids? Yeah. A vote for him is a vote for punching kids in the face. Say no to Bren.
Say
Oh my
no.
god, let's do that. We should do that. That's hilarious. That's how you get your vote passed, obviously.
Right.
Or you
Uh,
slip people money. Hey,
well, it's like
hey,
what we gotta do is like, you want to bring an idea to the group. You want the team to be able to keep 13th rounders or whatever. You're gonna have to start going political, dude.
right?
Or
You're gonna
Start
have to
bringing
have
some
a sign.
propaganda.
some
Yep,
lobbyist. I'll
Yeah.
lobby for
exactly.
someone. Someone hook a
Yeah.
brother up. I'll lobby.
The easiest way is to pay people off.
I was just about to say that. Bring your money. Bring your
Yep. I only accept 20s. Just saying.
money.
I'm cheap. I'll take singles. So, all
I'll take
uh,
$20 in singles. Okay, that's fine.
right, I'll take quarters. We're getting low now.
Craig's like, I'll take anything. I just want to win. I didn't realize it, but I had, yeah, our division was pretty weak, guys. Not gonna lie. Bren, you have to make the playoffs. We can't have all three people missing the playoffs be from the championship division.
So Funk is dropping out of the championship division, right? If he stays
Yeah,
where he's going.
yeah. The only way you could still technically finish last in our division, Craig.
But you said it stops after the playoffs, right?
Right, but
yes.
Funk's not far behind you in points for. So if he were
Mhm.
to win the last two games and you were
Okay.
to lose the last two,
Okay, that would do it. That
and
would.
yeah,
Okay,
and he passed you in points for,
that's
you would
fair.
then be last. But yeah, I don't foresee that happening. Um, because all he needs is one loss. If even if you lose, he
Right.
can't lose. So, but yeah,
That's
he would then drop down to the kitty table, and either if the champion is from the kitty table, that person goes up, or if there's no champion, say like Dan and I or whoever win it, then whoever finished first in the kitty table division
yeah.
moves
That's
up.
right. I remember. Yep.
So,
I recall
yeah,
this.
yeah, you're safe pretty much, Craig. Luckily, in your atrocious year.
Atrocious.
What is what Imagine
What?
how bad Dan feels. He was Funk's only win this year.
Yeah, that's I wouldn't be proud of that.
Like, that's like losing to the Lions when they were 0-16 if someone would have lost to them, Like,
Right.
If
we were their
someone would have lost it.
we were their only loss. Like, he just better hope that doesn't come back to haunt him, that like he misses the playoffs by one game and it's because he lost to
Ooh.
Funk.
Yeah, that loss to
Oh
Funk
boy.
comes back to haunt him.
Yeah, that'd be no bueno.
I could
Oh
see it
man.
happening.
100%.
I texted Justin this morning about a trade, possible trade.
Oh wow, you're still fucking wheeling and dealing over here, eh?
Dude, why
This
not?
kid never stops.
Why
Fucking
not, dude?
Geppetto.
That's how you win championships, bro.
Sure,
You
yeah.
wheel and deal.
Or
Explain
at
to me
least a
what was the
division.
trade? You gonna spit the trade out? What was the trade?
Oh, I don't know if I should or not, but
Oh boy.
all right, I will.
We talked
But first and a second though, but yeah, he's just like, oh, it's crazy this kid, like, because he was, like I said, I think it's because he just fucking had a bad 2 weeks, and now he's the 6th seed right now, and I was like, hey man, I sent you a couple trades, like, let me know what you think of them,
Yeah.
if they tickle your fancy or not. He's just like, I don't know. He's like, I haven't even looked at the app yet. I just need a reset. Hey, dude, you're crazy. Like, you're 6-6. Granted, you can still miss the playoffs, but like, it's, you got to pay attention, bro. But anyways, the trade was
How to pay attention.
the trade was hold on, let me pull it. It's so he would give me Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Waddle, and Brian Robinson. And I would give him, I sent him two. So those same three are in both trades for him giving me. And then the other one, um, so what I would be giving him is Saquon, Gino, and Christian Watson were my first original trade. Or I did the same trade, but instead of Gino, I did Deshaun Watson if that made it better for him. But then I also told him I would throw in my kicker too.
Wow. He's having
Since
kicker issues all year.
exactly, and I have the number 4 kicker. Haven't complained about him at all this year. So those are just like starter offers. They weren't, if. And then of course he's like, "Well, I wish you would accept it for less." I was like, "I'm assuming you mean no Jalen Waddle." I'm like, "I can't do that, bro.
Right.
Like, that's too much. It's too much." But I'm like, he's complaining about all these productions, and I'm like, I'm giving you an RB2. I'd give you a kicker. I'd be giving you a flex. Like Christian Watson's better than almost anyone he would throw in there. And yeah, Mahomes is better than Smith, but Smith is still a top 10 QB. He's like top 8, I think, QB. So it's not like he's a bum,
And
Right.
then
you know.
do you still have Pickens?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Because you could even just maybe toss him in as a little.
Well, in the one I did put Christian Watson and Pickens
Okay.
with Gino and Saquon
Yeah, okay. See, there you go.
for his three of Robinson Jr., Waddle, and Mahomes.
Gotcha.
So I thought they were
Interesting.
a pretty fair trade. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
like
getting a solid. My wide receivers would be killer depending on what Debo does, and I'd have that sweet connection of Mahomes and Kelsey, but then I'd be really, really short at my RB2, you know.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So where he'd be getting an RB2 and honestly pretty solid players to replace Waddle and to put in this flex. Hmm.
It's interesting. It's a close one. Not horrible.
Would you accept it, Craig?
I I wouldn't, only because I think Waddle's more valuable than any player you mentioned. Granted, he's really in need. It really depends on how much in need of RB he is,
Well, right. So
and
I mean, yeah, I
like
guess that'd be my
so.
thing. If
But
you have
that's what I'm saying is like I think our
his
wide receivers are worth
roster,
more. Right. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. If his roster,
fair.
I think Waddle's worth more. I think Robinson fills the gap with Waddle covering whatever Saquon will do. I get, Watson being a hot topic right now and trying to sell him high. He's looking good, but it's still only been a couple games. It's going to be awesome to see him do it the rest of the year if he does it, but I think probability wise, he's going to fall back down to earth a little bit.
Well, right, and I guess that's part of it too. Is where do you see Christian Watson and or George Pickens going the rest of the year?
I
Like that.
think
If
they're
you
great future options, but this
well, right,
year,
so
nah.
exactly. If you don't think that they're gonna like keep it going this year, then
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably not a good trade. But if you think both or one of them are gonna take off, and then you know be like an Amon Ross St. Brown last year, where the last what like 8 weeks he just fucking took off and was a big part of a lot of people's championships and stuff like that. If you feel they're going to be one of those guys, then it's probably worth it to do it.
Yeah, if you felt that way about him, 100%.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
think I'd rather have Waddle overall, and that those two in all the trades, I'd rather have Waddle and Mahomes, honestly.
Right.
But
Which yeah.
again, if he had a bigger hole, like lol, lol, no homo. If he had a bigger hole at running back, it might be a different story. I might think
Yeah.
differently.
Well, Najee's hurt.
I know, but he's Robinson, which is
Fair.
it's not ideal. Something.
Yeah, that's fair. I
And he still
mean,
has like you're talking like he still has Cook. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just thought maybe he wanted, kind of like you earlier in the year, like, you know, you just decided to change things up because it just wasn't working the way you wanted to. And
well, I had to sell a running back because I had too many running backs and not enough receivers.
right.
Yeah, and that was like I'm like I need to move on one of these guys now before they fucking suck the rest of the year and no one wants them. So
Right.
that's kind of why I jumped ship early on some of those players. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. It's late in the year. You're gonna gouge it. He's
Well,
already
right.
he's already
Yeah.
got stabbed at running back. Like, does he really want to gouge himself at wide receiver to kind of plug that hole? I would say it's much easier, I think, to keep Waddle. But again, it's close. It's really close.
Right.
We're
Yeah, and I mean, if he said like, "No, I'm just," kind of everything that you broke down, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're a piece of shit" or anything. Like, that's
I
fine.
can
It
see
was just
it.
something
Yeah,
I would throw out there,
yeah, I can
shit
see
like
it.
that,
I can
because
see
he
it.
needed a need at RB2, and he had a couple pieces, like especially Mahomes. Really just try to get Mahomes. So maybe I'll send him something else for just
I
Mahomes.
was gonna say Justin thinks completely different than me as well. So like you gotta keep that in mind. So like, if I don't like it, there's a good chance Justin might like it. So
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I texted him like we were talking about it back and forth and stuff, and then he just like, or maybe I didn't respond. Let me see. I could have swore he didn't respond, but it could have very well not been me as well. Let me see.
and you're targeting his love child Waddle,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll change it up a little bit. We'll see. I love how Shane's already calling a shot. I'd rather face Justin in the playoffs. Like Shane, that's the shit that you say that
Great
you'll.
villain move, dude.
Well, straight villain move, and it also is a move that will make you lose. You'll
But
face Justin, and then you're gonna
that's
lose.
that's what a villain does, you know? They talk
Yeah,
cocky even if they are gonna lose. Yeah.
You guys ever
right.
seen Meet the Robinsons? You know how Goob, the
Yeah.
nerd, turns into the
hmm
villain? He's Goob.
My favorite part will always be the fucking dinosaur
Oh yeah.
when he's like, I go, what is it, a big head and little arms or whatever. It's
It's been a
like
minute. Kelsey introduced me to that movie. I never knew
that's
about it till she
literally the only part I remember.
It's a good one.
Of
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah,
Educate
only
yourself,
because
friend.
I've seen that
I
I've
should.
seen that 10-minute span of it with my nephews one time. That's the only reason.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've only seen it, with my my daughter wanted to watch it. So I definitely didn't watch it by myself and enjoy it.
Uh-huh. Did you have her watch the Michigan game?
I will not expose my daughter to such
to winning.
to such disgusting coachery.
Coach.
What?
Not until that fucking child molester leaves. I'm done. Are you talking about basketball?
No.
Yeah, okay. Then we're on the same page because I'm talking about football.
Yeah.
That child molester who's your coach, keep him away from my kid.
Just because he has a sleepover doesn't mean they touched inappropriately. Jeez.
He's got questionable recruits. That's all I know.
He's not
That
Jerry
kid's never
Sandusky.
been the same. I just want to. Quentin Nordine, that kid.
All
Oh
this,
my God.
my daughter's gonna get one jersey in the next 10 years, and it's gonna be a different size of Datsuk every time. Red Wings Datsuk jersey.
Nice.
I love
Okay.
So
it.
Can't go wrong with that.
no.
I'm glad you're not exposing her to the bandwagonry of Roll Tide,
Oh, trust
Roll
me.
Tide.
She
I was
already looks cute in her Alabama hat. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I was telling Dan when they were over here on Saturday. I was like, I was so pissed. On Sunday, I went through this whole thing that I didn't have my phone for most of the day Sunday. That's why I wasn't saying anything in the group chat or whatever, right? My phone was dead. I thought I had to get a new one. Turns out I didn't. Whatever. Anyways,
Thank
so I
God.
didn't have it. And so we were driving down to Livonia to possibly get me a new phone. And twice I saw a truck and a SUV. Both of them had like the University of Alabama and Rural Tide
Hell
on their
yeah.
things. And I wanted to take my phone out and take a Snapchat, but I couldn't because my phone wasn't working. I was gonna send it to you guys to be like, Craig, did you get a new car?
Bro, have you ever met an Alabama fan in Michigan? Because they're literally just like Hulk Hogan. They're like, "Hey, roll
Right.
tide, brother." And I'm
Yep.
like,
Oh
"Yeah,
yeah.
baby."
This is my wife slash sister.
Yeah, they love it, dude. They always throw their fist up like I'm like, "Oh yeah, roll tide, sick." Yeah, thanks, bro.
They're actually saying white
He's
power
like
with that.
Hulk Hogan.
Dude, all of them, man.
They're like
Like
roll tide, and then they just rip their shirt. And you're like, okay.
they
Okay.
talk to you like you know something, but yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to know. So I'm just like, yeah, sweet, bro. Gotta be careful of them
uh,
Southern boys, that's for sure.
exactly. So, all right, you boys got anything else, or you want to get into the matchups?
Matchups for sure.
Hell yeah, let's
For
get
sure.
into some matchups. Let me pull this shit up real quick. All right. So last week, boom, Bren, you went 3-2. That puts you at 31-29 on the
Let's
year.
go.
Your boy here went 5-0 again. That's
No.
38-22 on the year. Ike
Jesus.
God
Ike
damn
went
it.
Ike went 2-3. So that puts him at 30-30 on the year. Craig, do you want to take a guess on what you went again?
Oh my
Shut
god.
He did it. He did it.
up. Way.
He went 0-5 again.
I'm tanking. That's all I'm doing. I'm just tanking. I'm tanking everything.
He
Everything's
went.
being tanked.
Oh, so 2 weeks ago he was 25-25, and now
Dude.
after last week he's 25-35.
By the way, the odds of it are like 3%.
Well, the odds of it to happen once are like 3%. The odds of it happening in two
Right.
weeks is like
That's just what I was
1%.
gonna say.
The odds of it happening 2 weeks in a row.
It means like you are the worst picker in
Right.
picking history.
Oh my lord. I
I'm glad
like
you
I
guys are
don't
happy about it. What the fuck?
we're not happy about it. We're just making fun of you.
I am distraught. There's no way I went 0 and
Panic.
5 again, dude. Did I really go 0 and 5?
Yeah, you picked Bren.
Oh,
He
stop. I don't want
lost.
to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore.
You
I
no,
don't
no, you
either.
have to now. No, you have to now. You picked Bren that lost. You picked yourself who lost.
What an
You
idiot
picked
move.
you picked Funk who lost. You picked Shane who lost, and you picked Justin who lost.
The fact that I keep voting for myself, yet I do so bad week in and week out, shows the delusion that this fucking shit puts on me.
Dude,
I
that
am straight crazy.
dude, that was me last year. I kept going 4-1, and my only loss would be myself. Like,
Literally convincing myself that I need to just if I think I'm like losing my mortgage at this point. Like I would have that's terrible. Okay. Well,
Is Shane okay? Shane did. He went 3-2, so he did all right. He did
I'm
fine.
just sticking with the fact that I 3-2, good job, Shane. I'm sticking with the fact that I'm tanking this year. That's all.
All right, let's get to these matchups. Let's start with Shane versus Funk. Um, who are you boys going?
Um so
This one's an easy one. Shane,
it's okay. I
Funk's
like
team. It's over. I'm sorry, bud. We love you.
I'm gonna stick with my delusions and say Funk's gonna pull it out of his ass.
No way. Are you really?
I feel like I should, right?
And
Like
and
someone
this
needs to
is
vote for Funk.
well, that's how you go 0-5 though. 2 weeks in a row.
Let's make it 3, right?
All right. Well, to be fair, Ike went Funk as well. Well, so this wasn't Ike. This I having Melanie's celeb shot for Ike these last 2 weeks.
Nice, nice.
Um, so Melanie went Funk. But so everybody knows how she picked. I didn't tell her the names of the teams. I just said, babe, team 1 or 2. And then she would pick 1 or 2. And then the next one, babe, 3 or 4. She would pick one, you know?
Are you
Literally,
just doing this just to show Craig how difficult it is to go 0-5?
exactly.
Exactly. It's exactly how I was like, babe, you're gonna teach Craig a lesson. Like, he's really gonna feel like a piece of shit. But so Melanie picked
That's
Funk though
fine.
as well. So if you're going down, she's going down with you on that one, buddy.
Respect, Melanie. Tell her thank you, and I appreciate her.
All right, I will. Nate versus Justin. Let me get to that one. Nate Dowd versus Justin.
Hello.
Hmm. This is a good. This will be a good one, I think. Um, by the way, there's some really good games on this week. You got Tennessee or not Tennessee. Well, yeah, you got Tennessee versus Philly. You got Miami versus San Francisco. Kansas City versus Cincinnati. That's just to name a couple. I mean, Buffalo versus New England. That should be a good one. I think the fantasy wise, the Detroit Jacksonville one will probably be a good one. So
Yeah,
there's some.
we never mentioned that the Lions played really well on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into that for a second here. Like, what? So yeah, tell me your thoughts on that because I've heard so many different like
I was
views
just,
on it.
I was just, I foresaw them losing, but I did not foresee them. Their offense is just when you got everyone healthy and everyone playing, that offense makes moves. And it's cool to see that they can show. Granted, I don't still agree with the Hawkinson move that they can still put up points. That they just really need to fix that fucking defense.
Yeah, I mean, but even the defense though has been performing pretty darn well. Like they held Buffalo pretty much in check. Like, yeah, at the end the score says 28, but like it wasn't like an easy 28 though. You know what I mean? Like they were kicking field goals and had turnovers and all this stuff. Like it's not like they were just driving down the field and gashing our defense for 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like they had to
I
work to get to 28.
yeah,
So go
yeah.
ahead, Ben.
I wasn't that shocked though. But I haven't been watching I haven't been watching a lot of NFL, but I've definitely been following the Lions this year. And,
Yeah.
they were on a win streak for a reason. They've been playing some good football. So
Right, and this was my thought because, like I said, I heard a couple, and like some of them were saying, some people say like, "Oh, like you know, basically that they got lucky, blah blah." Whatever. My thought process is like, we're getting a top 5 pick from the Rams. I was like, so why not fucking go on you like try your hardest to win? Because that's another thing. People are like, why are you trying to win? Blah blah. It's like, why not? You're trying to show improvement. Like, why would you still want them?
like tanking, like if you're gonna do it, I guess you have to do it right. And
Right.
like if you're not gonna tank, then go out there and play football. And to me, that's what they're doing. They're going out there and they're playing football every
Right.
week.
And if you think, and like I said before, like if you think about it, through this past week, the Lions have faced two teams who had a losing record. Every other team had a above 500 record that they faced. So it's not like they were facing shitty teams and losing. Like every team that
No,
they faced
yeah,
was
and they
actually
were
a good
heavily
team.
injured.
Right. And
I'm
going
in love with
forward,
this offensive coordinator. I'm in
yeah,
absolute love
Ben
with him.
Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from or anything. I don't know much about him, but I'm loving what
Well,
I'm seeing on the field from him.
right. And going forward, from this week forward, the Lions face one team that has an above 500 record. So like you can honestly say that they might. It's possible that they go what 5-1, 6-1. Like say they lose to the Vikings, but they win all those other games that the teams are below 500. Like
Yeah,
I just want you to make a run at the playoffs. I'm not saying you have to be within one game of the playoffs or whatever, but like make a game matter in December. You know
right.
what I
And this
mean? Like
should expose what you're missing because it'll.
right.
If you lose those games, it's going to show you why. They're like, oh,
Right.
so then you go out and draft those guys. So
Right. And it's like, so like that, like then like you said, it exposes what you need. Okay, to beat these type of teams, we don't necessarily need to take quarterback, but we could take the one or two of the best defensive players in the draft,
Mhm.
really improve our defense. The rookies that are actually producing right now will be a year more experience and stuff. And so I don't know. I like it. Like I said, you're gonna get a top 5 pick from the Rams anyways. So
Dude, I think you guys make great points. I didn't even realize the Rams pick. Because
Yeah,
yeah, that came out of nowhere. We didn't think that was gonna be that good of a
right.
pick. Jeez.
right.
No,
Well, and then like what's the point? They just lost Allen Robinson for the year. Their offensive line is just every game they lose someone from that offensive line. Like, why are they going to bring back Matthew Stafford? Why are they going to bring back Cooper Cup? You know what I mean? Like, they're probably not going to bring back these players this year
right.
when they lose another game or two. So, like I said, that's probably going to be a top 5 pick. So, even if it's only top 10, like, still, that's where I say get your shit together and try to make a run at something. Show me improvement. That's my thought process on it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No,
Very
that's
fair point.
So, but I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to have two top 10 picks, but I'd much rather them make a run at it than tank, like to say, for their own pick. Because the Rams are
and I
doing
mean,
a
this is
great
the NFL here. This isn't the NBA or anything like that. Where like I feel like the draft's talent disappears really really quickly. Like
right.
if you have two top, like let's say a top 10 from the Rams and then a top
Top
20
eight,
from the
yeah,
Lions.
18, 20, yeah.
Yeah, 18, 20. You could definitely get another great defensive player. Mika Parsons was, I think, the
12.
11th pick or 12th pick.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
might have been 11. Yeah, it's 11 or
Um,
12. Yeah.
yeah, the defensive tackle from Georgia went like 13 or 14 from the Eagles for the Eagles.
Yeah.
So it's like they should be available.
Well, right. And if you didn't want to go the route of a quarterback,
Right.
to
Oh
your
yeah,
point,
I'm
like,
not. I'm not. Yeah.
no, but exactly. Like, so to that point, though, like, you got CJ Stroud, you got Bryce Young, probably Will Levis, and then maybe like one. So probably about 4 quarterbacks that people are probably going to trade up for, which is going to push people back, defensive players back and stuff like that. So, and then
Hmm.
that's if there's no surprises, of another team jumping up to try and get like a 5th quarterback or something, or taking a running back or a couple wide receivers. You know what I mean? Like all that pushes defensive talent back. So you're gonna have some people fall, especially if they're the Lions and they make a run, but they don't make the playoffs. Like you said, they're probably gonna be a top. They're gonna be in that 14 to probably like 18, 19 range. So you're probably gonna be able to get a top defensive talent there as well.
Hmm.
So you can
Yeah.
easily improve your defense in just one round.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. So, but yeah, no, I enjoyed that game. I was, you know, how many years in a row has it been a blowout that the Lions have gotten blown out on Thanksgiving or the score was close at the end, but the game wasn't really that close, and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I was just happy. It was a very good game. I thought Dan Campbell could have made some smarter choices with like timeouts and all that stuff, but overall, I like seeing the fight in them, man. That's
Right?
it's nice to see that and
It really
them
is.
keeping games close and stuff like that. Like, and that's it. Just makes you think maybe next year we can make a run at winning a playoff game, maybe. Like,
Whoa,
I
whoa, whoa! Pump your
said
brakes there,
maybe. I
buddy.
said
Jeez.
maybe. You know.
Jesus.
Bring back
All right.
So
Caldwell.
Now,
yeah, bring no.
which matchup were we on?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Justin and Nate.
Yeah, Justin and Nate. So
I'm gonna pick Nate just for the simple fact that Justin, like you said, there's a lot of good matchups this week, and Justin unfortunately has a lot of those offensive pieces that are gonna be playing some strong defenses.
yeah, and
So
it's gonna
and
be interesting too what he does with that RB2 with
yep, I think that
Harris
knocks him a little
possibly
bit.
being out. Yeah.
You know,
I
that
mean, yeah, he
definitely
can play Brian Robinson, but they're playing the Giants who have a pretty solid defense. Um, yeah, Nate does have a couple good matchups. I mean, Eckler versus Las Vegas, who's awful. Nick Chubb against Houston. Like Houston's the worst run defense in the league. Um, Mike Evans has been pretty crappy lately, but Miles Sanders has been up there. Gosh, as much as I want to go Justin, I think I have to go Nate as well.
Yeah,
I
this is
think,
a Nate dog, dude. The matchups
um,
are solid.
yep,
And we know Justin, he's falling apart, dude. He's slipping. He be
yep.
slipping.
Well, that's how I said. Maybe sometimes when your team's like that, maybe you just need to make one trade that you don't think you need to make. And
This guy's still trying to fleece people. You fleeced them all, okay? Quit.
I
Yeah,
didn't fleece them all,
Quit.
dude. Brennan Mines trade's pretty even. Like Debo hasn't been anything what Debo should be. Like to say, like
Ain't no one saying you fleeced Brent on Debo. Trust me.
you
That
said
ain't
I
what we're
fleeced them
saying.
off. You said I
Yeah,
fleeced them
nah,
off.
yeah. Well, read in between the lines. You know what I mean, you
No,
fleecer.
I don't. Tell
right.
me,
You
Derrick Henry,
fleecer.
piece of shit.
dude. Everyone had a shot at him. It's not my fault you couldn't get it
Well,
done.
listen, guys. If you really want to make a trade this week,
And he was like
this
every
is the
other week.
time
It
to
was like
do
he
it.
hypnotized him,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
Yeah, dude.
you have Funk's number, right?
I don't know. I might. It might be in there.
You should because it's in the group chat. So
Is
you
that random
should.
number I always see?
Yeah, probably. So it's not my fault you didn't.
Of course, I have his number saved, Josh. God damn, good
Exactly.
lord.
So you could have, just as much as I did, you could have texted him and said, "Hey, how can I fleece you for Derrick
I
Henry
was
or
gonna say
Jamar Chase?"
I have respect for Funk. I would never.
Craig, but no, Craig was too proud of his team. Like, oh, all the upside, my guys will get it going. Don't you worry,
My
guys.
projected points, boys, have been
Oh
with you
my
every week.
god.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. It stings. You're not wrong.
So don't get salty at me, okay, about your shortcomings. All right.
That's
Like you could have,
all I can do.
everybody could have done the exact same thing I did. It's not my fault that everyone wanted to give up, their third string kicker for Derrick Henry. And I was like, why did he trade Josh? Like, oh, because we all know how everyone is. Anyways, Brent, who are you who are you taking in this?
Going Nate Dog. I'm going Nate Dog.
You're going Nate Dogg as well. All right,
Yeah.
you guys were about to get me on a little rant, but nope.
We felt it, dude. We
A
felt
rant about what? Your shit trades?
Well, no,
I'm
I'm not
kidding.
falling for your trap. I'm not fall.
it.
I'm not falling for your white devil trap. All right.
The good
All
old
right.
Jew net.
Ma- Melanie went Nate as well, so that's a clean sweep for Nate. Wow.
Hey.
Ooh.
All
God,
right.
that
Let's.
Justin's gonna shit himself after that one. This
Yeah.
kid, if
No
he's been
kidding.
listening to the pod every week, oh man,
Back and
that's
forth
why
on
he's
them.
been down, not opening the app. It's
Right?
our fault.
Right.
We've been
Hey,
pointing all these things out.
all I'm
Yep.
saying,
Now
Justin,
nobody picks him.
trade me Patrick Mahomes. That's all.
And then he's got Josh just whispering in his ear.
It's not too late.
Give me your best 2 players.
I'm gonna go visit him, and then I'm just gonna plant like a device and
Still make trades.
yeah, he's just gonna whisper, "Trade Josh Mahomes, trade Josh Mahomes."
Oh, I really want to trade Josh Mahomes. What's going on?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whoa.
He's gonna wake up at night and says, "Oh, I gotta trade Josh Mahomes." Anyways, Barber versus Mac.
We're just his kicker.
For
For
Justice
Justice.
Kicker, Mahomes for Carlson will bring you the victory. This
I did.
is the voice of Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben talking to me. Josh has always been Big Ben. Plot twist.
Big
I've
plot
always,
twist, dude.
yeah,
Big plot twist.
exactly. All right, let's move
Oh,
on to
shit.
Barber versus Mac here.
It'd be really interesting to see Cooper play with Deshaun Watson to see how that boosts his value. I tell you what. However, I got to go ahead and give Matt the victory this week. I can basically go through. I think Joe Burrow's Joe Burrow. Even at New England, he'll probably ball out. Swift and Williams. It seems whoever he plugs in does good. Those are both great options. Pretty sure. I don't think Fields is back. If Fields isn't back, I really think that hurts Montgomery's value as far as how they move the ball down the field. Even though he's been doing all right all year, if Fields isn't back, I think that hurts Mac a lot. Myers at Buffalo hurts. Overall, Mac, again, we've said it. Mac has a stingy team. It'll go off for 160 before you know it. But Matt has been putting it together every week, so I'm gonna give it to Matt still.
B-Man.
Yeah, dude. Matt has some just straight up animals on his team, dude. Just boys that just put up 40, 50 points when you just. And it's like consistently someone does it on his team, whether it's Tyreek Hill, or it's Josh Allen, or it's Josh Jacobs,
You're right,
or
Josh
fucking
Jacobs with almost 50 points last
Amari
week.
Cooper. Yeah, it's insane. So, he definitely has that potential boom. But Mac's been a dark horse for me for a while. I think I've just been kind of rating him right around the middle of the pack because we kept kind of waiting to see, and then unfortunately we saw the Cooper Cup injury, and we were like, I don't know, man,
Yeah.
that's tough to come back from. But Pollard's been huge.
Yeah.
Burrow's been better than expected. And Adams is Adams. So um, this is going to be a good one, and I think it's going to be one team puts up 160, and the other guy's barely touching 100.
Oh,
Ooh,
So it's
that's
going to be like who hits that boom this week.
yeah, that's interesting.
I'm gonna go with Mac. I think Mac stays hot. That boy is
Nice.
hot right now.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty torn on this one because Josh Allen, he's facing New England, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Because sometimes in this type of matchup, New England is a really good defense, but Josh Allen can also torch a really good defense. I mean, look what he did to the Lions. No, just kidding. Um, but seriously, though, he can torch a good defense. So like, do you downgrade him? Do you not in this matchup? Even though Swift is okay, like I still don't understand why Barber plays Swift over Williams. Like
I
Williams
literally
is
texted him on Thanksgiving, and I was like, there's no way this kid left out Williams again. And then I looked, and I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, he
So I
did. So
immediately texted him after the touchdown, like, you dipshit.
you idiot. Because just for the sole fact, like they're both touchdown dependent, but Williams is
Yeah,
more likely to get the touchdown and get multiple of them.
yeah.
So so I don't, but either way, I guess that's fine. And it's not like, to me, Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones kind of wipe out. Maybe Josh Jacobs ahead, but even if he kept Swift in, to me, he's no different than Montgomery. Um, I do think Joe Burrow at Kansas City should be huge for them, for Mac. That probably is going to be a shootout. Depends what kind of Devontae Adams game we get, but Tyreek Hill's a beast. Amari Cooper's on the road, so we'll see. Those home road splits. Um, we'll see how he does. Mark Andrews, that Baltimore offense has just been struggling, man.
Telling me.
I mean, Andrews hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been. He still has those boom weeks sometimes, but he's also had a lot more down weeks than you would expect from Andrews. Lockett's been probably one of the better picks of the draft.
Agreed.
Um,
Lock has been very valuable.
yes, I mean, it depends. I doubt. What's his face? Barber's keeping the Broncos defense in against Baltimore. He might. I don't know, but I doubt. Mac's gonna keep Tennessee in either. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go Barber, but I definitely think that this will be closer. I don't think what Brent said will happen. Of one put up 160. I thought you were gonna say like one put up 160 and one put up like 130. That I could see.
I can respect the take. Of course, I don't know how he picked Mac. That makes he thinks. I don't know. I can respect it. I can see Matt putting up a dud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because Barber's put up a couple duds lately. Or maybe
Yeah.
not duds, but like definitely not.
But yeah, they've been lower scoring,
Right. So I mean he can do it, but I still think with the matchups that each of them have, that they're gonna ball out, I think, for the most part. And we'll see if Mac makes any changes, Maybe I'll throw a trade his way, so just trade with me, Mac, you'll win. Trust me. If you hear some voice tonight saying trade Josh Burrow. Trade Josh Burrow for his kicker. There's
Why is
nothing
my
wrong with
Alexa
it.
Mexican male?
Hey, hombre. Um,
That's hilarious. You want to trade me, man?
you want to trade me, man? Give you some tequila. So let's do Craig versus Brand.
Wow, what
Yeah.
a matchup of the
This is
century.
a matchup of the century for sure. For
God,
sure.
two titans
Mm,
of men come clashing head to head in an indoor stadium like it should be.
not
Exactly.
on turf like it should be.
That's right. I completely forgot ETN's broken. I wasn't even going to set my lineup this week. I'm probably gonna have Swift in obviously over ETN, and P Ryan will be sitting for someone, Lamar Murray or
For
something.
someone.
Maybe I'll pick someone up off the waiver this week.
Why
Let's
why
see.
why are you sitting ETN?
ETN broke his a foot injury.
No, he's fine to play.
He's not.
He's not.
Okay. I mean, just the coach and everyone has said he's gonna play.
Yeah, you think? You think, huh? You think? You want to put money on that? You
I
want to put some cupcakes on that?
no, I'm not getting back in the cupcake hole if I'm
Yeah, that's
wrong.
because you know you're
But
wrong.
no, I know I'm not wrong.
Okay. Um.
I just don't want you to owe me
Anyway,
cupcakes. Because then how
yeah.
awful would you feel? You went from getting double cupcakes to now owing me a cupcake.
Right on a down
Ah,
season, you'd probably
right, on top
kill
of
yourself with
missing
a
the
cupcake.
playoffs. Right.
Well, thank
And
you. Thank you for looking out for me. I do appreciate that.
you're welcome.
I will go ahead and vote. I don't want to vote myself. I vote Bren because I'm a good guy and I vote Bren. And I need all
Ooh.
the fucking karma I can get for next year.
I
God damn
can't
it!
I
He did
can't
that
wait till
presidential election bullshit.
I
Yeah.
can't wait till Craig wins and makes himself go 0-5 again.
All I've needed to do all year is just vote against myself.
Yeah, don't say that, Josh.
Oh my gosh! All right, Brent. I'm assuming. Wait, Brent, sell yourself to me. All right. Why should I pick you?
Easy. So week 4, I already came into contact with this cupcake,
Uh
and I
huh.
smothered him, 140 to like 70 something. You know, he's ruining my points against. I don't even want to like play him because of it. You know, I'm trying to get in the playoffs here.
Dude, I
Um,
know. I went from like like fifth most points against to now I have the second least because I've just been facing cupcakes.
So many cupcakes out there, dude.
Right.
But you know, at the same time, I've got some good fill-ins for them late week buys. You know, that Trevor Lawrence was a sneaky little. Oh, I might need to play him, and then it ends up being a great hold. I'm hoping Mixon, like we talked about a little bit earlier today, turns around and is able to go. That's, I mean, that's my volume dog right there, dude.
Mhm.
Mm. And then we got CD Lamb ready to show out. Ready to show out. Top 10, easy, all
Easy.
day, every day. I'm kind of I'm praying on a Deontay Johnson is due. Does that, ring with anybody else? I'm
Do
praying.
I think he's due? No, but I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Okay. I'm feeling a little juju from him that's saying like,
I'll
his
buy it.
targets are back up. I'm ready for him to fucking actually catch a few footballs. uh, and then I'm finally gonna get to start Njoku. I went out and got him through a trade, as we all know in my participation for the league.
Yep.
I was like, Shane, you have 3 of them. You don't need them all. Give me one.
He
uh,
was like, "Yeah, they said it couldn't be done."
Although that son of a bitch kept the right one out of those 3, that motherfucker. I'll give
Well,
him
I
that.
think Njoku will be a fine one for you. It just sucks for
I
yeah.
do too. Yeah. From
He
like
got
what
rid
I
of the
gave up
right
to get
one.
him, kind of thing.
Yeah, he got rid of the white one and got her because he's
Right, right.
missing the rest of the fantasy
But I
year,
did
basically.
originally want Kittle. Kittle was the guy I wanted, so we were originally talking him.
Yeah.
Um, but I need to go out. I need to get a defense, but I lost, so I have a chance to go out and get a good defense this week on the waivers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm feeling strong this week against Mamba.
Yeah. I'm gonna go I'll go Bren as well. Bren sold
Nice,
me. You know,
nice.
Such a
the
good sale.
yeah, the
Such
hand job he's giving me had nothing to do with it either. Like we're definitely not in the same room.
yeah.
Like
That echo you hear is definitely.
yeah, it's definitely not Bren. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Uh Melanie went Bren as well, so it's a clean sweep for Bren.
Nice.
There you go. All right, let's go to Dan versus myself on this one. Um, Melanie went Dan,
Okay.
so
Oof.
someone's not
A little,
getting
little
cuddles tonight.
suspect, yeah. A little suspect.
Yeah.
Full sus.
Little sus.
Who are you going, Craig?
Well, this is a close one. Dan just
Is this so? Like, would
refuses.
this be Deshaun Watson's first week of playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm undecided if I'm gonna play him or
Yeah,
Gino.
no, I was just curious.
Yeah.
You know, God damn.
See, with the Deshaun, if I play Deshaun, I'm going with the like a revenge narrative. He's facing Houston, but then also the like with everything that's gone down this year with him and all the shit that the Browns have been taking, that they just want to like show everyone it's worth it, like to say, so they're going to try to like give him the stats and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look, see, it was all worth it. Like everyone shut up. He put up 300 yards and 4 touchdowns or something like just try to make him look as good as possible. You know what I mean? And not just hand the ball off to Chubb 50 times and let him run for 400 yards. Like,
Well,
anyways,
I
go
vote for
ahead, Craig.
Josh. I'm just Josh. I mean, Dan's got some. He's obviously got issues. He's got a couple holes. due to bye weeks. You got a full squad up and down the board. Your players will probably outperform him, and with him having to play like Pacheco and Everett, and I mean, in my opinion, even McLaurin, I'll give it to you. The way Christian Watson again, how he's been panning out. That's that. I would say that'd be a big piece in this whole game, but you got like Kelsey. Kelsey's, years above any other tight end. So that's a huge swing. Plus, you're usually Dan sits on his receivers as being one of his better positions. You have receivers that could easily match him. Brown is hit or miss, and Jefferson's been pretty consistently an elite receiver, obviously, but
Yeah.
you got Derrick Henry over Pacheco, so he's going to be losing a lot of points there unless Pacheco finds the end zone, which has just not been happening a whole lot. And obviously Stevenson can match Barkley or Henry, but I like your chances. Even if you start Watson or Geno, who's Geno facing? Geno's facing the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, so I mean, you got options, baby.
Right.
You got options. I would personally play Watson his first week back just to see how he balls the fuck out from after touching all those Asian ladies.
Brent, you're sorry, Craig. This just reminded me of it. So Brent, your theory about first week off of injuries, right?
Yeah.
Would this count as that since it's not an injury, it's a suspension?
It counts.
It counts.
It's an
'cause,
injury
So
of
it's
pride. Injury of
D-Hop
Okay.
pride.
came
Yeah.
in, balled out. It counts.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, I'm definitely playing Watson then for sure
The
because
revenge narrative also
it's
sounds
locked.
Yep.
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
It's
Revenge
locked.
narrative. He figured out the sneaky way to get those ladies to touch his Pepe. So
Yeah.
he's good to
Yeah.
go.
Well, now he doesn't discriminate. It's both men and women. So
There's definitely not been recent new like another one brought to attention or something like that.
right. I know, like something like that. I'm like, come on. Like at this point, it's just sounding like a
It's so
theatrical thing.
great.
Like it
Yeah.
might not be, but it's just like, come on. Like just come out with the rest of them. Like you could stay anonymous,
Yeah.
like
He's
to
gonna
say.
settle it with them all or whatever.
Right.
So
That's all it is. It's like, oh, okay, I could get some money from this too. Cool. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll throw a charge out there. I
Right.
gave him a massage once. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
rubbed
hated
his
it.
eye.
I hated fucking jerking off that millionaire football player. That was terrible. Like,
He
bullshit,
didn't.
bitch.
He didn't even tip me after. He just.
That's
All
probably why
right.
he's pissed, dude. He probably tipped all of them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and then they're
Oh
coming
man.
in. Yeah, giving him charges about that shit. Yeah, I'd be pissed about that. That was hush money.
But
Anyways,
I'm going Josh on this one. Mostly
let's
because
go.
I really want Dan to lose to have that potential of like I win and then he's threatening to potentially miss the playoffs and then he does.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna go myself as well, but it will be great for Dan to be on the brink of missing the playoffs. If I win, obviously. If I don't, then he'll probably be in good shape.
True.
But because I said, who does he face next week? Let me see. He faces Mac next week, so yeah, they both could be
Oh, that'll be
fighting.
fun. Yeah, that'll
That
be
could
fun.
be a win and in thing if
Yep.
Dan loses and Mac wins, or even honestly, if Mac loses, it might be a win and in, depending how much points Mac needs to outscore him by. So could be. That's what I said. Could be interesting. Yeah, we'll
That's what
see.
I'm saying. We need Bren to win. I should bench my players. We need Bren to win so we can securely get up there and make it Mac or Dan who are fighting for that last spot.
Right.
You
Well,
know what?
so
I might
but
just
then
keep P Ryan in there this
Bren
week, buddy.
would also have to win next week too, though.
Yeah, but it gives him a better chance.
Right.
Right. But Bren faces Shane next week. Shane's not going to bench his players
Shane's a
That's all right,
bitch.
dude. Shane, yeah.
unless
Shane's easy
Bren
win,
gives him
dude.
a hand job.
Statistically speaking, Bren dominates Shane in every form. So
That's true. Like Bren, just tell him your hand is organic. He'll go all for that shit.
Yeah, I believe he would fall for that, yeah.
Yeah, he would. He would. Yeah, I feed cows with
It's
these and
organic, it's
stuff.
natural, it's natural, honey.
There's nothing fake about this hand. Trust me.
No.
So, all right, yep. So Melanie's the only one that went Dan. Everyone else went yeah boy here. So it'll be Oh, why'd you flick me? She just flicked me for no reason. That's not
Oh, there was
nice.
a reason. There was a reason. I sent her a text.
And later you'll have to go back and ponder it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was probably because I said the word hand job. That's probably what it was. Now I know. See, she just had to
Now
flick me to get.
I
She
pondered
flicked me and then put some sense into my head, you know.
it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
but all right, you boys got anything else?
No, we
All
covered
right.
it, dude, and some.
I hope I
Uh,
spoil somebody's playoff chances, and again, it'll be fun going into this playoffs to see who comes out on top. Can't wait to
Look
All
root
at
against
right.
Greg.
everybody.
And Bren, don't forget to do waivers. Craig, don't forget to do waivers.
Yeah, sounds like I'm going to pick up a defense.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, damn, because I was like, I might change my defense because I don't know if I like Philly
You're
going
such
against.
a piece of shit.
My whole shtick was like, I'm going to grab Madison and send myself to the grave with him. And now I didn't realize Madison got picked up. So you're next in line, buddy.
There's
You'd
so
be
many good
you
options out there this
well,
week too.
and you'd be cock blocking a couple people because like that.
Oh
Matt could
yeah, there's
probably use the
always a couple to
defense.
look at.
Like I was gonna say, I might use the defense, but if all you fuckers ahead of me take it, then
Yeah,
I
I'll probably
can't
just
do it.
remove the Browns and or the Seahawks from everybody. Ooh, maybe even the Falcons playing an injured Pittsburgh. Oh, Warren. I could take Warren.
Mm.
Forgot that was the other one I was
If
looking at.
Warren plays, but you don't know if Warren's gonna play or not, then that's a wasted waiver,
You're
bro.
right. You're right. It's going to be a
Ooh,
defense. I don't even
so
care
many
about
things
Warren.
to ponder. I can't wait till Craig
Right.
throws takes a kicker first.
Santos.
Doesn't get him any
Oh,
points.
that'd be hilarious.
Uh,
So, but all right, boys. Well,